All right, class, I am here in the Google Classroom stream on the Intro to Industrial Tech class. I'm going to demonstrate today how to do and work visual drawing, visual shapes drawing problems number one. So from the stream, of course, I always want to double check and make sure just to scroll down and see what any new things have been posted in the class stream just to stay on top of stuff. And I can also, if you have comments or anything that you would like to add, feel free to share something there with the class as well. So let me go into classwork here, and you'll see right here I have that problem ready. It's in there, it's been assigned to me, so I have to go and work on it. So I'll come here, click View Assignment. So notice now on these you got some reading to do. You definitely need to make sure that you read carefully how to do these problems. So we're trying to give you as clear of an instruction as possible. If you do have questions, make sure that you send us an email or comment on it so that we can get back to you and answer it. Now you do have two scenarios here that you can use. You may either do this pen and paper method, or you can do the online method using Google Drawings. So either way is acceptable. So if you're doing the pen and paper method, download and print this file. Make sure that you are using a ruler or straight edge. We are beyond sketching, so there should be no sketches of these drawings whatsoever. So if you're sketching something, it's going to be kicked back to you and ask for you to do it over again. So make sure that you get a ruler or straight edge to do it using the pen and paper method. If you're online, and that's how I'm going to demonstrate in this particular video, then you will just click on Google Drawing for the assignment. So come right up here, click on that. Notice that takes me right into this particular drawing. Now, I'm going to demonstrate drawing number 2 for you. And then you will need to go back in, complete both drawing 2 and drawing 1 so that you have these down and know how to do this. Again, the idea here is, and it's going to take some back and forth as you try to practice these drawings, submit them. We will give you feedback and send it back to you to let you know whether you've got and understand all the concepts, or if you still have some more work to do in order to learn everything that you need to know on these. So at this point, I want to kind of zoom in on this a little bit here. So, and I'll go ahead and zoom up because I'm only going to do my drawing here on number 2, this drawing as well. So up here in this, now I've got my toolbar. So, and the main thing that we're going to be doing as we're drawing lines is we're going to be setting a border our line color. We're going to be setting the line weight here that they call border weight, and we're also going to be using these different line types that are shown in the border dash. So you need to make sure that you use it. So for our construction lines that we're using to project over between views, you're going to use this gray color. Object lines, hidden lines, and center lines are going to be black. So you need to make sure that those settings are set. On our border weight, for the construction lines, you're going to be using this 1px. For our object lines, you're going to be using 4px. For center and hidden lines, you're going to be using 3px. On the line types, for our construction lines and our object lines, that's going to be the solid line type shown right here. For our hidden lines, you're going to use this short dash space, short dash space, short dash space. That is the symbol for our hidden lines. And then for our center lines, you will use this line type right here. That's the dash space, period space, dash space, period. Now, if we were actually using CAD, this would be like a long dash space, short dash space, long dash. but this has got a period on here for that, and that's fine. It's a representation. Again, remember, blueprint reading and drafting is a symbolic language, so we have to kind of use these symbols to represent the different lines that we're trying to represent. So I'm going to start out here by drawing first the horizontal lines over and projecting them from the front view. Recall that as we do this, so our length and height is represented in the front view. Our length and depth is represented in the top view. And that leaves us with two dimensions here that we have to represent in the side view. And those dimensions, of course, are going to be our height going this way. That's going to be the same as our height here in the front view, and our depth going this way. And that depth going this way is going to be the same as the depth going this way in the top view. And how do we accomplish that with projecting these? Well, that's where that 9th line or the 45-degree line comes in, and I'm going to model that. Now, these are going to be a little bit different than the ones that we did last week because if you recall in those videos, I mentioned that we can come off and project our 45-degree 9th line off of this corner, so right here like this. But in order to do that, we need to make sure that our spacing is the same. So let me go in, just make sure my line weight is 1 px on there. I've got the solid line as my dash, and over here, now that's a black one. Remember, I said we want to make this a gray, so I'm going to change that to gray. Now that'll change all my line types now as well. So starting out now that I've got this, and we might need to come back and correct that 45 degrees, but I'm going to project all of the horizontal lines over, making sure that these are staying horizontal. So I'll project that line. Here's an intersection point right here. So I got to project that over. And here's a intersection point right here. Now, I have now established the height of my side view, and recall, everything that I draw to represent this object is going to fall somewhere between this line and that line. So I should definitely have an object lines touching this line, and I should have object lines touching this line. If I don't, then something's not correct, and I got to go back over and start all over again. All right, now in addition, I'm just going to show you, we would also be projecting up into this view from the front. Or if I'm not given the front view and I've got the top view, then I would be projecting down from the top view into it, either way. But I'm drawing those just to kind of show you the relationship here. So, because this line that I see here is got to be represented in this view up here too. So it's right there. This line that I see has to be represented right here. And this line, of course, that I see is represented right there. Now, we don't know where some of these lines fall in place. So, and luckily here in this top view, I only have to project over. I've got this intersection point or this front edge surface. So I'm going to project that over to my 45-degree line. And then I've got this back line, this line that represents the back surface of the part. That is going to be projected over to there. Now that I know where these lines hit my 45-degree line, I need to project down into this view. So there we go. So I have now defined the total space that I should be making sure that all my object lines come into right here. So that's step one. So project your lines over, make sure that you get your construction lines here placed in position so that you can define the outside edges of that view. So in this case, my outside edges of this view are going to be right here. Then of course, any other line that's projected either over from the front view or over and down from the top view that would be in here, that means there's something that's going to be going on in that area, and I'm going to have to take care of that too. But we'll come back here in a few minutes. I'm going to stop this video. I'll let you watch this. Make sure that you get this step one taken care of, and then we'll go from there.